Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, good morning to you guys. It's morning time as I'm walking and patrolling the streets of Homestead, Florida. You know, shout out to Homestead. But listen, man, there's a lot of things I want to talk about in regards to the Tyson Fury fight, the aftermath of the Tyson Fury devastating knockout where he put Dillian Whyte in a straight body bag. Now, this video is about really like Tyson Fury and his evolution of a fighter under the guidance and the watchful eye of SugarHill Steward. Now, I remember when I first met SugarHill Steward, it was in 2020, a couple of months after the Deontay Wilder rematch, which was his first camp with Tyson Fury. And one thing that he said to me that was really interesting was that, you know, in that fight, when before Mark Breland threw in the towel, in the interview that I did with him, he said that in that fight he was just starting to get his punching power range down, and we really didn't even get to see the best Tyson Fury in that fight, and there's still another couple levels he can go. Well, guess what? I believed him then. I definitely believe him now, because Tyson Fury, under SugarHill's guidance, has went from a guy that would box, move, jib, jab, slip and slide, you know, and not really sit down on his punches, not really fight the way God designed him to fight, being 6'9", 260 plus pounds, you know, just an absolute tank, a beast of a man. So over the last couple of fights with the third Wilder fight and now this one, I really think we've seen the culmination of Tyson Fury under SugarHill Steward. You know, he's made that full transition from being one of the most mobile, athletic, you know, just defensively sound fighters in boxing, to now being, you know, and it's gonna sound crazy to you guys, but I'm not talking about, when I make this statement, I'm not talking about the Fury that fought Klitschko. I'm not talking about the Fury that fought Otto Wallin or Wilder the first fight, or even like just any fight pre-SugarHill. I'm talking about the Tyson Fury trained the SugarHill trained Tyson Fury, I should say. I think what we're looking at now, if he's not the best knockout puncher in boxing, he's damn near close to it. Which is, I know people are gonna say, BT, you're being a prisoner of the moment. You're just a Tyson Fury fanboy or whatever like that. And no, it's definitely not that. I mean, you can't deny what your eyes are seeing. You can't deny what your eyes are seeing. The first time they worked together as fighter and trainer, SugarHill Steward and Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder to a bloody pulp in the rematch, so much so to the point that Mark Breland had to throw in the towel. In the third fight and second fight, well, the second fight they worked together, he ironed out Deontay Wilder with one of the best right hands you're gonna see in a while. And last night, oh my God, the way they executed the game plan, both of them. The way Fury executed SugarHill's game plan, he boxed Dillian Whyte for the whole 5 rounds before going into the 6th. Jabs, feints, check hooks, and really what he did was, in my opinion, I mean, things got physical at a point, but I truly believe that Tyson Fury lulled him to sleep, and then he kept the uppercut in his back pocket. And before the knockout, I mean, if you see the way he set it up, I mean, he threw like a throwaway jab, then made Whyte come forward, threw the same punch again, and the minute Whyte took that second step forward, he uncorked that uppercut and knocked him smooth out. Some people want to whine and moan and say that, oh, well, he pushed him down, but that's happened plenty of times in boxing. The point of the matter is that Tyson Fury ironed him out with an uppercut, a punch that he's not really known for. So not only under SugarHill Steward has he become a knockout puncher, but he's become a versatile knockout puncher, a versatile finisher, which in my humble opinion puts him in the running for one of the best, if not the best, knockout puncher in boxing. Now, I know we got like guys like Artur Beterbiev who are unified champions. They have a 100% knockout ratio. If anybody says that they want to put him above Fury, I have zero problems with that, because Beterbiev has done it over the course of like 17 or 18 fights. He's unified champion, and he's knocked everybody he's fought out. But Tyson Fury under SugarHill Steward has done that in 3 fights. against, high level opposition in the division. People want to sit here and take a big dump on Dillian White and who he is and who he isn't. But Dillian White, outside of the champions, is one of the better fighters out there. Yes, he's already been knocked out. I get all that. I get all the reasons why you're going to want to discredit the knockout. But just look at the execution. How many guys in boxing right now can execute an uppercut that well? I mean, maybe Gervonta Davis, a couple other guys. I mean, it was really it was really, to me, the evolution of Tyson Fury's training under SugarHill Steward. And now it's like he's saying he's going to retire. He's the best he's ever, in my opinion, he's the best he's ever been, because if he wants to fight you and box you on the back foot, he can do that. He showed it against Dillian White. He can keep you at range. He could feint you and jab you. Obviously, he's heavier now than when he fought like Vladimir Klitschko. So the speed and the athleticism isn't what it was in that fight, but it's still there. And he kind of took Fury in this fight, took like the best things of the old him, and then kind of blended it with what he's learned under SugarHill Steward. So I just thought it was a beautiful game plan. And it's crazy too, because if you look at another SugarHill Steward trained fighter, Anthony Durrell, in his last fight on the Canelo undercard, the Canelo-Caleb Plant undercard where he was co-main event, Anthony Durrell landed one of the best uppercuts of the year. So like, there's a common theme with a lot of these SugarHill Steward fighters, and that's the uppercut. Even Adonis Stevenson, he had a nice uppercut when he was trained by SugarHill. So I think to me, look, I always tell you guys, there's boxing trainers, there's like coaches, and then there's teachers. He is a teacher of the sport. You can't even disrespect SugarHill Steward for calling him a trainer or a coach. He's neither one of those things. He's a teacher. He understands the sweet science. He understands what he wants from his fighters. He knows how to communicate in such a way where they're gonna learn, and they're gonna learn and where they're gonna execute and want to do well for him. And it's like that with pretty much all of his fighters. I've seen SugarHill Steward in the gym down here at Warriors Gym in South Florida. I didn't see him work with Fury, but I seen him work with like lower level fighters. And even just seeing the improvements that those fighters make under him, it let me know right away that Tyson Fury was not only in good hands, but he was in exceptional hands. And I've always said it. I said it after the first Wilder fight, with the second Wilder fight and their first fight together. I've always said there's not a soul on this planet in the heavyweight division that would beat the Tyson Fury, that SugarHill Steward trained. The SugarHill Steward version of Tyson Fury. They're not going to beat him as long as SugarHill's in his corner, because SugarHill Steward understands how to get every last thing out of Tyson Fury. He's calm enough, and he's laid back enough as far as his temperament and his personality to really meet Fury where he's at. Because Fury is very up and down, but that level of calmness, that level of assurance in the corner that he gets from SugarHill Steward is second to none. And Tyson Fury hangs it up, and it's been a great career. But selfishly, I would like to see Tyson Fury continue to fight under SugarHill Steward, because we're getting some of the best knockouts in boxing. It's so much so to the point where I'm like, man, is this guy the hardest puncher in boxing? Is he the best knockout artist in the sport? It sounds crazy. It sounds like I'm living in the moment, but I think it's a legitimate discussion to be had, because every time Tyson Fury has fought under SugarHill Steward, he's done the job in spectacular fashion. And it's just crazy to see him go from being the guy that slipped and slid and moved and, never really threw punches to knock you out, to now being a guy who understands his punching power range, a guy that understands his distance better. I think that's one thing. If there's one thing I can tell you from SugarHill Steward trained fighters and seeing him work in the gym, the one thing he really does the best, better than any trainer I've ever seen in the gym, and I've seen some great ones, is definitely his ability to get fighters to understand their distance and range, and how to properly throw their punches. I seen SugarHill Steward one time. I'm not gonna name the fighter's name, but the fighter was very tall and rangy, had good punch power. The guy is like 8-0, 9-0 prospect, and SugarHill Steward told the guy that he told the fighter, he said, "Man, you throw a lot of accident punches," and he got on the back himself and showed the fighter how to really throw punches. And the crazy thing about this is, like, there's more guys trained under SugarHill Steward that you guys probably never even heard of that will come to the ranks in a couple years. Like Vladimir Shishkishin. He's a good fighter. There was the guy, I can't remember his name. I think it was like Timov Kurov or something like that. Like he's a good fighter. These guys are all being trained by SugarHill Steward, and I just see the same thing I see with Fury on a lesser scale, because I don't think these guys are good or as intelligent in the ring as Fury, but these guys can all punch. These guys all listen, and I think the listening aspect, it really comes a lot from respect, being able to respect SugarHill. And that's just what it is. So yeah, I rambled a little bit, but I just wanted to get that out there because apart from maybe better BF, I mean, I know Wilder still hasn't technically retired, so maybe you could say him. Well, you can say him because Wilder's a great puncher. He dropped Fury a bunch of times when they fought. So maybe Wilder, but let's just say Wilder's not in the picture because there's a lot of uncertainty with his career. I can't really think of too many fighters that are better knockout artists than the SugarHill version of Tyson Fury. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you agree with me, or is BT just being delusional and being a fanboy in the moment? Let me know in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Danius. Until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. You know, True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, you know, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God.